Hey, what's up, fellas? Ryan here. This is the DFS 5-pack. So, Matt is traveling today, so we're going to be rolling solo through this NBA slate. Hopefully, everybody had a wonderful Monday night. If you didn't, like I always say, man, today's a brand new day. Let's get after it tonight. And if you had a good night last night, let's keep this bad boy rolling. If you could, do me a gigantic favor. Slide your finger down to that thumbs up button and click it, and let's talk about today's DFS slate. All right, guys. So, we've been doing a lot of sports betting talk lately. We'll be touching base with you guys about some updates we're going to be making on that one. You guys know by now we have partnered up with the good people at Jazz Sportsbook. It's one of our new partners over here at the 5-pack. The promo code is 5-pack. If you want to sign up to play at jazzsports.ag and you use this promotional code, please, I would encourage you, reach out to me and let you know if you made your initial deposit so I can get you a free 5-pack membership. Been in business now for over 20 years, low rollover bonus. You can watch your favorite games live through the Jazz TV feature. They got easy same-day payout options. The promo code is 5-pack, 150% free play bonus, and I can get you a free membership to the 5-pack if you let me know that you did so. Also, guys, it's Tuesday, so it's 2 for Tuesday at the DFS 5-pack. That means buy a day pass today, which gets you the private video as well as today's write-up. Get that done through the website, and you get tomorrow on the house because just like Taco Tuesday, it is 2 for Tuesday at the DFS 5-pack. Subscribe to the station if you're new to it. Let's talk about today's cash game lock, which is, you guys all know by now, my favorite NBA player from my Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Quite frankly, this is kind of just BS by DK. They need to raise his price. And as much as it's fun for me to be able to roster him every day, because you guys know I watch the Bucks play, he's a fun roster. He's exciting to watch, but it's kind of annoying that everybody has to play him because he's 11K. It's a tough fade, guys. Cash games, GPPs. I mean, the way Giannis is playing right now, with 60-plus DK points in 9 of 10, 70-plus in 5 of those, ever since Drew Holiday left the lineup, he has just been on fire. I know Drew is back now, but Drew has not played like 30 minutes in over a month. He looked real rusty the other day. Odds are they're going to ease him back into the rotation, especially with the All-Star break coming up and everything like that. I mean, it is really, really difficult not to just lock in Giannis Antetokounmpo right now. It's a really, really ballsy fade. You know, if you've just watched like the last, dozen games or whatever, he had a less than stellar game on the tail end of that back-to-back of the 2-game set against Toronto. He still had almost, I think, like 53 DK points in that game. So just play him. If you want to fade him, it's a ballsy fade. I would prefer to do that in GPPs and cash games. Just get him in there. And quite frankly, DraftKings needs to raise the prices on some of these studs. Luka's been playing better. Jokic. I mean, all these guys need to have a little bit of a price bump just so we can hit up the mid-tier a little bit more often. But we have to play the hand that is dealt to us. And right now, the hand that dealt to us is just play Giannis Antetokounmpo and go on from there. So to boot, the Nuggets have beaten the Bucks a few times over the past couple of seasons. And that's the kind of thing that sticks in his cross. So if you want to motivated Giannis, expect to see that again tonight. He's a really good bet for 60-plus DK points again today. It doesn't mean he's going to, but the risk of fading him is legit. So in cash lock, for sure, he's a tough fade in GPPs too. All right, next up, let's talk about Ja Morant. This is another guy. It seems hard to fade right here. By now, you guys know that the Washington Wizards are one of the premier teams to target against. Now, they're playing better, but their defense is still not quality. Morant, it's been a weird season for him in a lot of ways. He had to deal with the injury. The Grizzlies have played a variety of up and down games in this one. The last 4 or 5 games they have played have been blowout-y. They've been on both sides of these blowouts. This is a good spot for him to show some DFS upside. He's another one. He's a tough fade today. I think he's an easier fade than Giannis because, I mean, Giannis can roll into 68 points at high ownership off 11K, and that's just a harder fade than Morant, who's got some bad games, and a lot of times are due to blowouts. But that's also one of the reasons his price is down today. Only 7K in a game with a monster total. He's going to be very, very popular today. So, I don't know. If I'm starting a lineup today, I think Morant and Giannis are the first 2 guys I'm plugging in. And we had a long discussion yesterday in the members only video about why it's okay to play chalk in NBA. Bellman had a real big GPP lineup on Sunday night and had only one guy in single-digit ownership percentage, which is something I've talked about for years. So we were discussing this for a lot. Morant and Giannis are going to be chalk today, but they're like good chalk. They make a lot of sense. You have 600 roster spots to, go to some lower-owned players and things like that. So these are two guys that are going to be a staple of mine today. And then plenty of other guys you can try to be different when if you want that one lower-owned guy. Excuse me. Let's go right back to the Milwaukee Bucks and talk about another player in Brook Lopez that has a real, what's the best way to phrase this? A really good reason to take a look at him today. So one, he's 4,100. Now, he deserves that price tag. He has not played great from a DFS perspective this year. He is a better real-life player than he is DFS player. A lot of that comes down to the fact that Middleton and Drew, when healthy, and Giannis do a lot of the work. And Lopez is out there doing a lot of the dirty, ugly work that does not equate to DFS points. However, if you've watched him lately, I'm starting to see a little more of the offensive assertiveness. The three ball is pure the last few games. Now, he's not taking them in large quantities, but that doesn't mean that he won't take them in large quantities today or have one of those games coming up where he could. Now, Bobby Portis comes off the bench and offers a lot of that defensive spark. And I guess it's actually possible Portis could start today. They've had some different lineups. I think there's also a good opportunity for Drew to come back into the starting lineup today. It doesn't really matter if Portis comes off the bench or not, but he's more of an offensive player. The reason Brook Lopez still plays good minutes, he still plays really good defense. In the matchup with Denver tonight, you get Nikola Jokic, who is one of the premier centers in the game, and they're going to want Brook Lopez's defense out there. They're going to want to play with some size today, and Lopez, I think, is in a good spot to play at least 28, 29 minutes today, assuming this game is competitive. You got Denver on the tail end of a back-to-back. I think Lopez is a guy who could, just meander into 16, 7 points today without really breaking a sweat, but with upside for 27, 28 DK points today. He should play good minutes if he hits a couple of threes, gets a couple of blocks in this one. I think when you're looking at these cheap guys, there might be guys with more upside, but he's going to play good minutes, which gives him kind of a nice floor-ceiling combination. All right, next up, let's move over into the long shots of the day. I'm going to talk about a guy who you all know is a personal favorite of mine. The love child of Ray Allen and Steph Curry, that is Davis Bertans of the Washington Wizards. We've already mentioned this is a great game for DFS purposes. And Bertans, who for the most part has had a terrible season, right? He's been a massive disappointment for the money that they gave him. The three ball has not been consistently great, has shown some upside in 4 of the last 7 games. You can literally see the growing confidence that he has going right now. He's been shooting the 3 ball a lot better lately. He has been absolutely unconscious from threes several occasions recently. This is a great game for DFS outside. But because of how terrible he's been for a good portion of this season, he still doesn't get a lot of love from the DFS community. And I understand that. He doesn't do much besides shoot threes. He's not a good rebounder for a guy his size. But he has been hot a few times lately, and I like it right here. They paid him all this money. They want him to be hot. They want to give him good minutes. They want him to be the third banana from a scoring sentiment after, Beal, Westbrook, Bertans as far as scoring goes. So I like the price tag. I like that he's available at the 3 and the 4 right now. Give me Davis Bertans as my long shot of the day. Next up, let's talk about Kendrick Nunn. I have him under a long shot, but as the day progresses, I don't know if he's going to be a long shot. So the problem right here is we don't know if Jimmy Butler is going to play today. He sat out the other day. They played, decently without him. I don't know if he's going to play today. I couldn't tell you. You should know early enough to be able to plan around this. So in the write-up on Sunday night, I told you guys I was kind of halfway between Nunn and Dragic, that they were both in play if Butler was out. I stuck with Nunn, mostly because, I wasn't paying close enough attention to pivot later in the night. And, Nunn was awesome. Big help to a second-place GPP finish, so he's on my good side right now. Is he better than Goran Dragic right now? I don't know, man. In the playoffs last year, Nunn was barely in the rotation and in fact was completely out of it some days, and Dragic was a heavy part of it. I don't know what to tell you right now. Nunn is playing a lot better than Goran Dragic. Dragic missed a bunch of games. Hero was out for a while. So if Jimmy Butler is out tonight, all 3 of those dudes are in play. I would like to check back on the ownership projections later in the day if you find that out to try to get a feel. If you're telling me Nunn is not going to get any love again, then I love it, especially from a GPP perspective. But he's going to be chalk. He's a risky fade. He showed some monster upside lately. He's clearly feeling a lot better about himself than he is this year. Atlanta's a good spot to pick on. Hero could definitely play better today. I know he was out for about a week and played better as the game progressed, which could eat into both Dragic and Kendrick Nunn. But the thing is, at their prices, if Jimmy Butler is out, all three guys are in play. If Jimmy Butler plays, then Nunn clearly moves back into that long shot category in a good spot for a Miami team that continues to play better as a unit. So that's what I got for today, guys. Don't forget, it's 2 for Tuesday. Sign up to play at Jazz Sports. Let me know that you do so I can get you your free membership. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll talk sports betting in just a little bit later.